every time I think about what I would share with a brand new person, is I would share with a brand new person just how much of a miracle they are. You guys have seen me say this in many, many, many videos. But when I'm talking to a brand new person, I always want to do one thing is just get them to understand. I think I'm got the number right, but it's like 1 in 400 trillion chance that you are actually alive at this moment. And then when you look at your DNA and you look at your eyes, you look at your fingers, fingerprints, everything that you look at, it's really important to understand that you're unique, but also that you're a miracle. And one of the things that really is crazy for me is the reason for unlimited wisdom is I believe that there's a lot of people out there that teaches skills and what to do. I just want to share with you to figure out why you won't do it. With AI and YouTube and all the stuff that's available out there, every one of you know that if you truly, truly wanted, truly wanted to get something accomplished, you can do it. And so one of the things is I always see where people try to figure out that they're going to do something. Then what happens is they then figure out all the reasons why they shouldn't. And we all do this. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have any resources. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm the wrong color. I'm the wrong sex. I don't get enough sex. It's like there's all these incredible things that people say. Hi, Bob. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Michael. But everyone always is in this situation where they're always talking themselves out of what they're really truly called to do. So that's what I do with everyone because when people are constantly saying, "Well, give me the reasons," I only need you to come up with one reason why you should. What will just think and say to yourself, what would be something I would love? Right? And so when you say that, you open up the gates where you're going, I love being loved. I love being, see, people, you'll notice that I'm always going in my head and I'm like, don't say any negatives after love. See, I'll give you an example why I always like think first and feel first, because it'd be like, I would love not to be broke. That's not the way you say it. You don't want to say things that you don't want. How many people could write a list of things that they don't want? How many can write a list of things that you don't want in your life anymore? See, the reason that we can put that list together very, very quickly is because you become what you think about the most. And those are the things that you think about the most. I'm tired of not having any money. I'm tired of always, using, this month's check to pay some of last month's bills. I'm always, robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's like you can simply say that by I love being financially free. I love never thinking about money. I love giving to charity. I love taking care of my family. I love buying things for my family that they believe that they need and want. So when you're saying those things, then the very first thing that you got to do is, again, if you just take the time to imagine those things. So the two key things that I teach people is A, you're a miracle. And by being a miracle, you can do anything you truly want to do. And we got to get the Dino out, right? So the second thing is if I can get you to love yourself and love who you are and love everything about you, Now all I got to do is to get you into a state of imagining a better future for you and the people that you love. So when you think about it, there's only like two ways that people think about this. One is they think about things that would be awesome for them. And another person thinks about things that would be awesome for people that they love. So if you're one of those people that would say, "Hey, I would like to do this for my family. I would like to do this for my spouse. I would like to do this for my mom. I would like to do this for, my whatever." Then what you got to do is think about that. There was a girl that I helped years and years and years ago, and she just kept saying, I just don't know why I'm scared to talk to people. I just don't know what to say." And I said, "So, what is the very first thing that you're going to do with the money that you get?" And she goes, "I never ever thought about that." And I did this in front of a group. And I said, "Tell me someone that you love." She goes, "My mom." And she was Latino. And I said, "Okay, so what would you like to do for your mom?" And she said, "Well, she raised me and three of my siblings. And she did it on her own. And she doesn't have a reliable car. I would like to buy her a car." I said, "What kind of car?" She goes, "I never thought about it." I said, "Well, now it's time." And she said, she really loves the color red. So it doesn't have to be a big one, but I'd like to get her one of those red small Mercedes. And I said, "So a 300 class." And she goes, "I don't know." And I said, "Okay, so this is what I need you to imagine. I need you to imagine buying that Mercedes, getting it to, you driving it, and when you buy it, they give you a big red bow." And I said, "You pull in the driveway, you put that big red bow on it. Before you do that, you called your siblings and the rest of your family, and you told them to meet you out the house. And you actually called them to make sure that they were there before you pulled up. So you pull in the driveway, you put the big red ribbon on it, and then you knock on the door and you tell your mom to come out, and she sees the car. And then the siblings come out and everyone comes out, and you say to your mom, "I love you. You took so good care of me and my brothers and sisters. And here," and you handed her the keys to the car. I said, "How would you feel?" And of course, in front of hundreds of people, she started crying. I said, "What do you think that how would you think your mom would feel?" And she told me in description. And I said, "What do you think your brothers and sisters would think?" She goes, "They always tell me I can't do stuff like this." And I said, "So what do you think they're thinking now?" And I said, "So you asked a friend to come with you and they filmed everything. They filmed your mother's reply, her response, how she talked, how she, was talking to you in Spanish, how you guys embraced, what your brothers and sisters said, and they got it all filmed." And I said, "Then you put it on social media and your dad's seen it. And underneath there, he said, 'I'm really, really proud of you and I love you.'" She lost it, because even though we have family members that we sometimes are upset at and despise, we always would like something from them. An apology, "I love you," whatever. And so I said, "I need you to do something for me." And she said, "Anything." And I said, "Today, I need you to find the time to go to a Mercedes dealership to see the red Mercedes. And I need you to sit in it. And I need you to have someone take a picture of you in it. She goes, I promise I'll do that. And I said, next time I see you, I'm going to ask for the picture on your phone. She goes, I promise I'll do it. 2 months later, she did like 26,000 in volume. And she was a diamond. In fact, that was the name of the position with the previous company that she was with. And she put a down payment down on that car and gave it to her mom and shared with us all the pictures. And so what most people won't do is they just will not put themselves in a state of imagination to get emotional with it and think of all the things that they would like to happen with that. They just won't. And so if you're not thinking about it and you're not imagining it, having it in your imagination, and you're not getting emotional with all the different facets that you would love to get from that, then it's just not going to happen. Because if you say to yourself, well, I'd like to make a little extra money. Yeah, that's super underwhelming. Well, I would like a little more money. Still underwhelming. What are you going to do with it? How does it make you feel? Do any of you right now have people that you know that you wish you could just shove it down their throat? All right. I am being a little mean here, but some people are extremely motivated by people. So when my mentor told me to go get the video in front of 70 people in my first 30 days, do any of you think I ran into people that I thought would do this business with me and they didn't? Oh, yeah. And one of the very first ones was my cousin, Derry. And Derry was a pre-law student at USC. I'm dyslexic. So I get in this business and I go to him. And the first thing that he said to me, he goes, Bobby, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I go, what? And they go, they train people in California to take people's monies like that. This is a total scam. That's what he said to me. How do you guys think that made me feel? It was one of the very first people that I reached out to. I honestly, like the video that I already did, who do you listen to? I honestly went into buyer's remorse and I immediately called my upline. And the very first thing that I was trying to do, my sponsor, is I was trying to get my money back. And here's the funny thing. How many of you really, truly believe that you attract what you think about the most? See, some people still don't believe that. So when I got home, I was selling water filters and I didn't read any directions. And so I opened one up, hooked it up to the sink, turned the water on, clicked the little valve, put a glass underneath, and it filled that glass with totally black water. Now I knew I got ripped off. How did I feel now? So, of course, when I call my upline, my sponsor, what the F is going on here? Did you guys take my money? Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, did you read the instructions in the card? We talked about this. And I go, what? And he says, you got to run at least 4 or 5 gallons through the filter to get the impregnated silver granule activated carbon to get the dust out of it. No, I didn't know about that. And he goes, how much does your cousin make? I go, make. He doesn't make anything. He goes to school. So you're listening to someone that doesn't make any money on how to make money? How would they know how to make money? I need to ask you a serious question. I went, go ahead. He goes, I thought you went and seen Bill. That was the guy that showed me the presentation. And I said, I did. I drove all the way downtown LA and met him. He goes, did you ask him to see his check? I go, I did. He goes, that's who we're learning from. And I said, correct. And then this is where he really got me. He goes, Bill usually takes the time to ask people why they're doing the business. Did you tell him? And I said, I did. So all those things that you explained to him that you were going to do with the money, you're no longer doing those. I was like, fuck that guy. Right away. It's like I wanted to call Derry back and just rip his ass a new one. Right? But I didn't. I went back to the thought of sorting. If I have to go through 2,000 people to get 70 people to watch this, I'm just going to go back to it. How many of you, even though you got imagination and you get emotional with your imagination, how often do you get pulled out of that? Wow. So you actually get pulled back to the thinking and feeling that got you to where you are now? See, just because you can build that enthusiasm and Thesos God within, you can imagine and say, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And I'm going to find the right people. I'm going to find the right people because when I do, I'm not only going to change their lives, but their lives are going to change my life. See, there's still some of you that mentally and physically, emotionally, you are worried about connecting people to things because you're not sure if they could do it. You're not sure if they'd make any money. It's like, well, I haven't made any money. Why would I introduce somebody to what I'm doing? I don't know, because of my story? Other people's successful stories? See, that's what made me get through it. And so I believed with everything in my soul and my spirit that if I introduced this to enough people, that some people would say yes. And do you guys realize that this happens in everything in life? This happens with dating. This has to do with witnessing. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, if you really have a belief in something, then why aren't you talking to everybody about that belief and getting them in front of the people that can help them with that belief? Well, I'm scared that they're going to say, "Oh, how has your belief changed you?" See, do you think that other people that need something more than what they have right now should not get it because you're too busy looking at yourself and you not applying it? See, my thoughts were really simple. Because I beat myself up and I felt like I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, I believed that I was mechanically smart, but I didn't think that I could recruit anybody that might have some intelligent, that kind that were smarter than me, book wise. But I sure know that if I introduced him to my mentor's video, that he could get them. So my mentor used to say, hey, listen, I want you to look at me through my experience of all the objections I've ever handled. Why would you want to handle an objection? Why wouldn't you just want to put them in front of me and let me handle it? And I was like, okay. And every time I put someone in front of him that would bring up a stupid question, then I seen the way he handled that objection. And that now made me confident and bulletproof. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? And it's like, so we keep trying to do it by ourselves and we have trouble. Do you guys know that, to fill up something that I said to Kevin today on a video, is that when you're trying to give a gift away, the gift just has to be like on a Google Drive. It can even be on your school if you created one. But the gifts just need to be somewhere. And then the way to connect with someone is I would just say, hey, Kevin, by the way, I work with a lot of people that are way smarter than me. And they've given me a lot of gifts that for free that I utilize to help me change my thinking and who I am and what I can give to others. And what I like to do, Kevin, if I can get your phone number or your email address, or like even if you're on Facebook or Telegram, I like to get that information so I can send you the gifts. I've never had anyone turn me down. No one. But now when I sent it to them in a text, now I have their phone number. And I would send it to them and I'd hear their phone go off, or they would look at their phone and I go, did you get the link? And they'd go, yeah. And I go, what's your last name, Kevin? And then I would type that in. So now they gave me their phone number. I just shot them a link and now I open it up and I put their first and their last name in there. And I just got a contact. So, this before cell phones and people having a contact thing, yeah, I use business cards. But I haven't used business cards since people had smartphones and social media. So I like to send these gifts to you, and that's how you get them to know, like, and trust you. So I just wanted to answer Kevin's question. So the two things that are most important is getting them to believe in themselves, them to realize they're a miracle, and them knowing that they can do anything they really put their mind to. Once you get that to them, then the next step is you got to help people imagine a better future for them and their families. This is a true fact about me. I have helped hundreds of thousands of people that I'm not in business with. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? Because once I taught them the principles of believing that all things are possible through those that believe, as soon as I got them to look at themselves as a miracle, and then I got them to imagine, there's a lot of people that didn't stay in the business that I was in, or even stayed in the realm of multi-level network marketing or direct sales or affiliate marketing. You guys have no clue how many people that I've helped that have gone out and become very, very successful just because I taught them those two things. Timothy Watucky, a very dear friend of mine, multi-millionaire. He always wanted to do casting. I don't think Craig and I have ever talked about him, but he wanted to do casting and built this giant casting company that went international. His name is Timothy Watucky. And it's like I have all these people like David Rutz that started his own company. I did a podcast with him, an interview on YouTube. I think of all these people, I could go on and on, of people that took what I taught them, believed in themselves, knowing that they're a miracle, and then imagining and creating businesses and companies for themselves, including my oldest son. So once you have these things, now you are delusional because it says the things that you think about the most is what you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. And so, you know, all of a sudden you teach someone to believe in their self and they're delusional with their imagination. And regardless of now that's what people always say this about me. It's like Robert's got like the Midas touch. Everything that he touches turns to gold, you know? And it's like it's like everything I touch turns to gold. No, when I get involved with it, it's still a people business for me. You guys will watch how I build unlimited wisdom. It's like, how many people in the world uh, mentally and verbally beat the shit out of themselves? Okay. How many people in the world don't love themselves and they don't believe they're a miracle? How many people in the world do not imagine a future for them and the people they love? Now, listen to me closely. They do imagine, it's not better. They imagine a worse future for them and the people that they love. And they're doing this all the time, telling themselves that they're a victim and they can't do anything, and they do the blame game. Do you know how many people I need, not want, I need to help before I leave this planet? It's my it's my full-time thing. It's like I was going to say job, but no, I love changing people's minds. This is very scriptural. If you renew your mind, you change your heart. And if you change your heart, it changes your spirit and soul. So when you change the way people think, it changes their heart. And when it changes their heart, it changes their actions. When they change their actions, they get different results. I'm done. I'm done. So all I got to do is I got to look at people and I say, well, listen, tell me a little bit about yourself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, so where do you see yourself in 6 months to a year? No clue. There's your problem. Ah, same day, different crap. See, that's what they're thinking. All they're thinking all day, every day, their mind is not renewed. So their mind is, they don't mean to do this, by the way. It's a habit. It's like, how can I do as little as possible to get by each and every day? And that becomes their game plan. So when they're still here tomorrow, they still fed themselves and their family, and they still have a roof over their head. Success! Hold it up again. My lights are still on. Got heat in the house. They're really pushing their efforts. And so when you tell this person to imagine, they go, I can't imagine. I just need to find a way to survive. So when they survive, it's like it's time to have a parade. Damn, figured out a way to only be 2 months behind on my shit. It's like crazy. So then they just keep doing that. That's all they keep doing. And it's like, well, this is like what success is for me. Barely getting by, doing as little as possible. So what if it wasn't about you? I said I was done. What if the whole trick was you thinking it was about you? So then when you find something that's a gift, like I shared yesterday's video, and you make sure to get those gifts to other people, and then the people that figure out that they're a miracle and they start imagining a better future for them and their family, and then they go out and start getting results. Just what if you're the person that was responsible for getting them the information? And then all of a sudden your financial aspect changes because you wasn't thinking about you. You were actually thinking, listen, let me be really bold and honest. I am the laziest freaking person you're ever going to meet. I'm lazy. I never do supposed to. Every time I promise something to myself or my family, I'm a professional at not doing what I said I'm going to do. I overpromise and underdeliver so much, I'm an expert at it. I'm an expert at it. I can tell anybody anything because I'm sure in the hell not going to do it. I'm just going to bullshit everybody. I'm lazy. I'm going to make up excuses. If someone gives me anything that deals with personal development that would make me change my mind about who I am, I sure in the hell ain't doing that shit. In fact, I'm going to tell everybody I'm too busy to do it. But the person I'm going to tell the most to is me. You can tell everyone I'm too busy. You know, I'm not that smart. I'm not that good looking. Oh, and my God, if they tell me, I can tell them stories about all this shit that's happening in my life, all this awful stuff that's happening. That was happening a year ago, and happening a year ago before that, and happening a year ago before that. But what if I could just believe that there's some people on the planet that is not as worthless as I am? What if I could just do an experiment and see how many people I could reach out to really see if I actually could find someone that have been under praying, asking for help, and I got them to an opportunity that opened up their eyes. And they did the assignments and changed the way they felt about themselves and started imagining. And they're smarter than I. They believe more in themselves than I. They actually, when someone gives them an assignment, they do them. When they say they're going to do something, they actually do it. There's these weird freaking people out there that are so delusional they believe they can do anything. And I put them in front of something. They go straight to the top of the company. Well, if I can find one, I can find two. And now I got all this extra money coming in. I got two people that walked the stage giving me credit for getting out of the way and putting them in front of the right people. And I got two people that are walking the stage as diamonds. I'm just like mind boggled that I make a little over $6,000 a month, and I just introduced two people that needed something and put them in front of it. How's that for imagination? But regardless of how much you beat yourself up, you still got to connect with people and give them hope. So now I'm for some of you to say I have no problem. Do you guys? I'll just share one thing. I'm done. How many of you think that my payments from school? Do you think I get paid more from the people in Unlimited Wisdom, or do you think I get paid for more people that are in school? School. Well, because people get it. They get involved for Unlimited Wisdom for free. They see what I'm building and they go, if he can do that, I could do that. And then they go see other people are doing it and they start a school. Wow, I'm not as dumb as I look sometimes. They're like people like, wow, man, if I send people to Unlimited Wisdom, that's $30 a month. I mean, to change your life and be surrounded by a group of people that love you and support you, that's way too much money. But I could go get a school for $9. How many of you know that if you're part of school, that if you also promote school, that you'll make money doing that? See, some people will go, no, I'm not support. Oh, there's another one. Do you guys actually know that you can promote school and not have a school? Oh my God. There's millions to make money. But if you don't believe in yourself, and that's the reason that you're not telling other people they can be great, then you just stay where you are. Good message? Okay. Craig, back to you. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.
And he had nothing to start with for this daily wisdom, and look what happened. Look at the download he just got, and you were a part of it. Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you. If you want to save some of the links that are in the chat, go ahead and click on the three dots in the meeting chat and then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer. Also, don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Breakthroughs. And then Friday, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, we have Daily Wisdom. Saturday, Ask Us Anything at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. We look forward to seeing you those times. Thank you all so much for being for participating in today's Daily Wisdom. Love and appreciate you. I am going to go ahead and unmute everybody so we can all say so long and have a great hump day.
Awesome job, Robert. Wonderful.
So long.
Wonderful. Love you,
everyone.
Love you,
awesome.
Shelly. Love you, Star.
Guys.
Thank you, Deborah.
Great job.
Coach Bob, Bill.
Thank you, Sandy.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Michael. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Bye, Melody. Bye,
Bye.
Karen, Eric,
Thank you.
Jody.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Where'd Sam disappeared? So that
I'm watching
my
your
mind
videos
sideways.
now you sent me.
Okay. See you, CJ. Love and appreciate you.
Love you all.
Love
Great.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.